Most people think their voice is letting them down because they're nervous. What if it's the other way around? What if a few minutes of the right preparation means your voice never changes, even when everything else does? In the next 3.5 minutes, I'm going to give you 3 things. One you can do in 2 minutes before any meeting, one you can use in the room in real time, and one that changes what people hear. Not just what you say. No, just be confident. That's not a technique. The third one is the thing that moves the needle most for the senior leaders I work with, and almost no one talks about it. I want you to think about what you do before a presentation. You probably run through your deck. Maybe you check your notes, and I bet you don't warm up your voice. Professional singers do this every single time. Executives almost never do. The vocal folds and muscles, they need about the same pre-work as any other muscle you use under pressure. And the fix is almost embarrassingly simple. And I keep a pack of coffee stirrers in my bag and straws. Yes, the thin ones you stir your flat white with. So take one. Here's a very thin, long straw actually. Seal your lips around just the tip. Inhale through your nose. And now hum gently through the straw. Comfortable middle range pitch for about 5 seconds. Then do the same thing, but let the pitch glide up and down like a tiny siren like this. Now do that 4 or 5 times, really slowly from the bottom, as high as you can go, and then all the way down. Now drop the straw after you've done that 3 or 4 times for approximately 3 minutes, and then speak. What you'll find is a bit of a resonance, quite a lot of resonance could be in the front here. It feels like the sound is vibrating in the front. This is called the mask area here. Now the science behind this is solid. The narrow tube creates just enough back pressure that your vocal folds can vibrate with much less effort. What comes out the other side is your real voice, not the effortful version. Now try it in the car before you walk into the building. So now you have a warm voice. Here is the second problem. A warm voice aimed at the wrong place still lands nowhere. Now, Patsy Rodenberg spent 40 years as the head of the voice at the Guildhall and the RSC. She noticed that almost every speaker operates in one of 2 modes. The first she calls first circle. Internal, a little withdrawn, talking to yourself as much as the room. Voice falls back and the words get swallowed. Energy drops at the ends of sentences. The second circle she calls third circle. Broadcast, pushed out, performing at the room rather than to the specific person. You can hear this in presenters who are technically loud but somehow feel distant. The mode that actually communicates, the one she called second circle, is different. Weight slightly forward over both feet. Not broadcast, not withdrawn. You pick one specific person, not the room, one person, and you land every word on them. When you do this, something physical happens. Your breath drops, your jaw releases, and the words start to carry. The reason this matters under pressure is that when your nervous system spikes, you naturally drift into first or third circle. Second circle pulls you back into your body. So try it now. Pick a spot on the wall, make it a person. Say the first sentence of your next presentation out loud. Notice the difference. Tip number 3 is, have you ever listened back to a recording of yourself and thought, I said the words, but they didn't land? Researchers studied exactly this and found one specific shift that changes what listeners hear by more than you would believe. Research found that what they called clear speech improved how much listeners understood by an average of 17 percentage points. Not 17% of an already good result, 17 percentage points. The shift is not about slowing down evenly, it's about 3 specific things. First, finish every word, especially the ends. The T in important, the D in bored, the P in sharp. These are the anchors listeners use to pass your sentences, and under pressure we drop them first. Second, lengthen the vowels under your most important words in each sentence. Not all of them, just the one word per sentence that carries the new information. Everything else can move at your normal pace. Third, put a tiny breath of space before any word that carries new information. Not a dramatic pause, a breath of space. That gap is the listener's brain catching up. When these three things are working together, something shifts that technique alone never gets to. You stop sounding like you're getting through your material and start sounding like you own it. The room adjusts to your pace, not the other way around. This is steady state, the voice that doesn't change when the stakes do. So 3 things: straw in your bag before the meeting, one person in the room to aim at, and finish every word. Those 3 things consistently over 2 weeks, and the voice you have in a coffee shop is the voice you have in the boardroom. If you want to go deeper, there is a diagnostic in the description that tells you exactly which of these is the gap for you. Or watch the video on pausing next. It's the one that changed the most for me. Speak soon.